guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nay. If you are new, thank you guys so much for clicking and watching this video. So today is going to be one of my favorite videos I've ever made. As you guys know, I love reading and I usually read 2 books a month. I'll read like a fiction book and then I'll read a nonfiction book. So I decided to go ahead and start kind of like a book club, if you will. So every single season I'm going to be sharing with you guys the books that are going to be on my reading list. Summer's here, so it's going to be a summer reading list. I'm going to share with you guys all the books, the fiction, the nonfiction, law of attraction books, all that fun stuff. So if you guys want to read and follow along with me, I just think it would be really fun. And I will be mentioning the books that I'm reading sporadically throughout my vlogs, but I really like this style of video. That way you guys can get the books with me and it's ahead of time so I can share with you guys and you guys can like read along with me. And I just thought it would be a fun idea. So summer officially begins June 21st and then fall begins September 22nd. So I have 8 books here. Half of them are fiction, half are nonfiction. I have 2 books for June, 2 for July, 2 for August, and 2 for September. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right into it and share with you guys the books that I have planned on my summer reading list. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead with the 2 books that I'm currently reading right now, and this is for the month of June. So the first one is going to be the fiction book, and that is called A Simple Favor. This is actually being made into a movie with Blake Lively, so if you guys like her like I do, and you want to snag the book and read it before the movie comes out, I highly recommend it. I haven't gotten too far deep. I'm only on page 34, but so far it's pretty good. It's about this girl. Should I read the whole back of these? I'll read the back. So the back of this one says, it starts with a simple favor, an ordinary kindness mothers do for one another. When glamorous Emily asks Stephanie to pick her son up after school, Stephanie happily says yes. Emily has a life that would make any woman jealous. She's a perfect mother with a dazzling career working for a famous fashion designer in Manhattan. Stephanie, a widow with a son in kindergarten, lonely in their Connecticut suburb, turns to her daily blog for connection and validation. Stephanie imagines Emily to be her new confidant and is shocked when Emily suddenly disappears without a trace, leaving her son and husband with no warning. Stephanie knows something is terribly wrong. Unable to keep away from the grieving family, finds herself entangled with Sean, Emily's husband, a British husband, but she can't ignore the mangling feeling that he's not being honest with her about Emily's disappearance. Is Stephanie imagining things? How well did she really know her best friend? And it's pretty cool because it talks in point of her blog, which I think is pretty interesting. So far so good, but this is going to be my June fiction book. And then as for my June nonfiction book, I picked up The Happiness Equation. It is want nothing, do anything, and have everything. This book so far has already changed my life. Oh my god, it's so good. I'm actually already through, I'm on page like 110. Like, the way this guy lays out his lessons and the way that he describes them, he uses quotes and stories, and it's just really, really good. And there's like a lot of things that I've already learned from this book. I'm actually making a few videos, Manifestation Wednesday videos, about the things that I've learned in here. It's just really good. He's like, basically, the 7 ways to be happy right now, how to make more money than a Harvard MBA, the 4 simple words that block all criticism, the dream we all want that is completely wrong, the 4 S's of meaningful work and how to find them. And he breaks it up into 3 parts, and then within each part there's a secret. So for example, want nothing. The first secret is the first thing you must do before you can be happy, and then there's 6 different chapters. The secret number 2 is do this and criticism can't touch you, and there's 11 chapters, and then so on and so forth. It's really, really good. Trust me, get this book, it's really good. As for July, I have 2 books for July. The first one that I picked up was Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. Apparently this is a #1 bestseller. It's also, I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but I know that they've already created something out of the book. My name is Salmon, like the fish. First name Susie. I was 14 when I was murdered on December 6, 1973. So begins the story of Susie Salmon, who is adjusting to her new home in heaven, a place that is not all what she expected. Even as she is watching her life continue on Earth without her, her friends trading rumors about her disappearance, her killer trying to cover his tracks, her grief-stricken family unraveling. Out of unspeakable tragedy and loss, the Lovely Bones succeeds miraculously in building a tale filled with hope, humor, suspense, and even joy. So I'm really interested in this. I've heard really great things. This is definitely unplanned, but the nonfiction book that I picked up was called Life After Life, which kind of coincides with the theme of this book. This has always been on my list, and I recently just found this. So this one is called Life After Life. And these are all about near-death experiences. If you guys ever watch like those shows where like people have died and then they come back to life and they tell you about their experience of their afterlife, a lot of them all seem to have the same general theme, which to me means that there's truth in them. It's so interesting to me. I know it's like kind of morbid, but it's like, for me, I'm curious about afterlife. He goes through like all kinds of experiences that have been reported, going back even thousands of years ago. So I'm just gonna read a little bit of the foreword. This book is basically about the mind-body debate and the relationship of the physical world to our mental experience of it. What is consciousness? What is matter? How do mind and matter interact? Is one of them fundamental and the other emergent from it, or does it operate in parallel? The debate, like it's just really, really interesting things. And if he studies people's experiences with life after they've passed on but then came back to life. I'm really excited to read this. I can't wait. And it's actually a best-selling original investigation that revealed near-death experiences. So pretty interesting. Those are my 2 books for July. Now on to August. The fiction book that I have is One of Us is Lying. This one I again think it's gonna be a movie, or it already is a movie. If you guys can't tell, I really love reading books that have like a movie or a show attached to them. I'll read you the inside. So it says, pay close attention and you might solve this. On Monday afternoon, 5 students at Bayview High School walk into detention. Bronwyn, the brain, is a Yale-bound and never breaks a rule. Addie, the beauty, is the picture-perfect homecoming princess. Nate, the criminal, is already on probation for dealing. Copper, the athlete, is an all-star baseball pitcher. And Simon, the outcast, is the creator of Bayview High's notorious gossip app. Only Simon never makes it out of that classroom. Before the end of detention, Simon's dead, and according to investigators, his death wasn't an accident. On Monday he died, but on Tuesday he planned to post juicy reveals about all 4 of his high-profile classmates, which make all 4 of them suspects to his murder. Or are they just the perfect patsies for a killer who's still on the loose? Everyone has secrets, right? What really matters is how far you would go to protect them. It's kind of like Breakfast Club meets like, I don't know, murder mystery. I just thought it would be interesting, and I heard really great things again about this. And then as for my nonfiction for August, I had a different book planned out, but my best friend actually got me this book for my birthday recently. And as you guys know how much I love Eckhart Tolle, it's an Eckhart Tolle book, and it's called Stillness Speaks. Her boyfriend actually read this and really liked it, so I'm excited to read it. And no joke, I've been recently thinking about like patience and, you know, just being still and like taking things slowly and appreciating the moment and all that. So this kind of like correlates to my kind of mantra recently. I'll read the back. It says, this book of course uses words that in the act of reading become thoughts in your mind. But those are not ordinary thoughts, repetitive, noisy, self-serving, clamoring for attention. The thoughts within this book don't say, look at me, but look beyond me. Because the thoughts came out of stillness, they have power. The power to take you back into the same stillness from which they arouse. That stillness is also inner peace, and that stillness and peace are essence of your being. It is an inner stillness that will save and transform the world. Even the back of the book is just like, I can't wait to read this. Yeah, super stoked. And then as for the ending of summer for September, the fiction book that I picked up was Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Not surprising, they're actually making a movie out of this. And I'm pretty sure this one's on the Reese Witherspoon's list. It says, when 15-year-old B claims a family trip to Antarctica has a reward for perfect grades, her fiercely intelligent but agoraphobic mother, Bernadette, throws herself into preparations for the trip. Worn down by years of trying to live the Seattle life she never wanted, Bernadette is on the brink of a meltdown. As disaster follows disaster, she disappears, leaving her family to pick up the pieces, which is exactly what Bee does, weaving through emails, invoices, and school memos to reveal the secret past that Bernadette had been hiding for years. So it's basically about a daughter's love for her imperfect mother. I heard, again, really great reviews, so I'm excited to read this one. And then my nonfiction for the month of September is going to be Playing the Matrix by Mike Dooley. Again, I've read Mike Dooley's books before. He's a great author and is a really great law of attraction coach. He was actually in The Secret. On the back, he kind of has like this graph outline. So I'm kind of thinking the whole book is kind of based on that chart, but it says life is not something that happens to you, you happen to life. You came first. You're the reason the sun came up this morning, and even as you read these words, All the elements are looking for you in your direction, because you are, we all are, literally the eyes and ears of God Almighty come alive in the dream of life, and your wish, therefore, is the entire universe's command. I'll pop the picture of the graph here on the screen so you guys can kind of take a look at like what it's going to be about. In your hands is a masterclass for creating the life you want to live, how to achieve clarity and purpose and desire, how to avoid contradictions and self-sabotage, how to fuel, oh my god, how to fuel your dreams with passion while not attaching to unimportant details and outcomes, how to plan and take action on your dreams without messing up the cursed house, and so much more. Lots of charts in the book so far, so that's pretty cool. It looks like a course, almost like a law of attraction course, which I really like. Chapter 1 is understanding miracles, chapter 2 is the matrix, chapter 3 is knowing what you really want, with really in quotations. Chapter 4, getting into the details. Chapter 5, taking action. Chapter 6, expedited delivery. And Chapter 7, the time of your life. It's the same guy who creates the universal notes from the universe that are sent through your email. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. So that is my summer reading list. All of the books that I mentioned here will be linked down below if you guys want to read them with me. Like I said, there's June, July, August, and September. So if you guys want to read along with me, definitely tag me down below. We can talk about it together. Also, I have a Goodreads account so you guys can see what books I'm currently reading, as well as the books I've read, as well as my reviews, all that fun stuff. Definitely add me on there. I would love to be your friend. I just love reading so much. I love reading, if you can't tell. Let's just like start a book club, like a seasonal book club. I'll do this every season. If you guys have any names or something for our book club, pop them down below. We can kind of create like an official book club, if you will. If you guys have any book recommendations for me, definitely pop them down below so I can add them to my to read list. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys all in a future video. Bye guys.